Have you ever noticed a small warning, but told yourself it probably doesn't matter? A comment that felt slightly off, a behavior that didn't sit right, a tone that made you pause, just for a second. And instead of listening to that pause, you moved on. Most of us have done this, more than once. The truth is, red flags are rarely loud. They don't usually show up as obvious danger. They show up as discomfort we can explain away. So we say things like, maybe they were just stressed. They didn't mean it like that. I'm probably reading too much into this. And the moment we say that, the red flag loses its color. Why does this happen? Because noticing a red flag creates tension inside us. On one side, there's what we feel. On the other, what we want to believe. Believing something is wrong means accepting uncertainty. It means admitting we don't fully understand the situation yet. And the brain hates uncertainty, so it chooses the faster option, dismiss the signal. In relationships, this often sounds like empathy. They had a difficult past. They're afraid of getting hurt. They're not always like this. In friendships, it sounds like loyalty. They're just blunt. That's their personality. They don't open up easily. In work, it sounds like ambition. They expect a lot because they care. They're intense, but they get results. Different settings, same mechanism. Often we don't ignore red flags because we don't see them. We ignore them because seeing them would force a decision. And decisions feel risky, especially when there's something to lose. Connection, opportunity, belonging, hope. So instead of asking, is this healthy? We ask, can I live with this? Another reason we ignore red flags is familiarity. Some patterns feel normal, not because they're good, but because we've learned them before. When something feels familiar, the nervous system relaxes, even if that familiarity comes with discomfort. So when a red flag appears, it doesn't feel alarming, it feels known. And what feels known often feels safe, even when it isn't. This is why red flags are often noticed in hindsight. Not because they weren't there, but because clarity usually comes after distance. When the emotional pull weakens, the signals become obvious, and we wonder why we didn't trust ourselves sooner. But here's something important. Ignoring red flags doesn't mean you're careless. It doesn't mean you're weak, and it doesn't mean you lack intelligence. It means your brain chose stability over disruption, connection over conflict, hope over uncertainty. That choice makes sense until it doesn't. The moment red flags start to stand out isn't dramatic. It's quiet. It's the moment you stop explaining discomfort away. The moment you pause longer than usual. The moment you realize you've been negotiating with your own instincts. That moment doesn't give answers. It gives awareness. And awareness doesn't shout. It waits.